day, here is the news at noon. First, the highlights. Lagos State government calls for synergy between tradition science at 2025 African Traditional Medicine Day. National Assembly cautions WAEC on planned CBT rollout. On the foreign scene, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un arrives in China with daughter for massive military parade. And in sport, former Kwara United coach Samson Onanel hopeful of Super Eagles qualification for 2026 World Cup. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board, LSTMB, has commemorated the African Traditional Medicine Day at the Yoruba Tennis Club, Onikon, Lagos. The event themed Bridging Tradition and Science, the Future of African Traditional Medicine, underscored the need to harmonize indigenous knowledge with modern scientific practices to strengthen healthcare delivery, enhance global recognition, and preserve cultural heritage. The registrar of the board, Babatunde Adele, highlighted the enduring relevance of African traditional medicine, which serves as the first line of healthcare for millions across the continent. Adele said the state government will continue to prioritize training and retraining of practitioners to ensure that standards are met, with a vision to integrate traditional medicine into orthodox healthcare delivery in Lagos State. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, has conducted a significant outreach session with over 100 members of the Omonile community in Shomolu Local Council Development Area. In a statement signed by its head public affairs unit, Adejoke Ogini, the agency described the outreach as part of its ongoing zero tolerance campaign, which aims to combat sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV, across the state. DSVA's Executive Secretary, Titilola Vaivo Adeniyi, who was represented by Adeyanju Ajapwi of Community Engagement Department, reaffirmed the state government's dedication to reducing SGBV to the lowest levels. Participants were urged to report SGBV cases through the DSVA's toll-free helpline 08000 333 333, while informative flyers and souvenirs were distributed as part of the agency's commitment to raising awareness. Education District 2 has joined forces with the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, to stage an awareness event aimed at deepening advocacy and sensitization against all forms of sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV. Permanent Secretary of Education District 2, Olusegun Oshinaike, highlighted the significance of the campaign, noting that education remains a critical tool in breaking the cycle of silence and stigma associated with SGBV. Oshinaike reiterated the district's commitment to ensuring that schools remain safe and inclusive environments where learners can thrive without fear of harassment or abuse. He reaffirmed the district's determination to sustain the advocacy beyond the Awareness Month, emphasizing that the fight against SGBV requires collective responsibility. Now to the rest of the stories. Lawmakers in the National Assembly have cautioned the West African Examinations Council to tread carefully in its planned introduction of computer-based testing for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. They warned that any glitch in the 2026 rollout could jeopardize the future of millions of Nigerian students. Vice Chairman of the Senate Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary, Ekong Samson, noted that rushing the nationwide rollout could create more problems than it solves. WAEC had earlier given firm assurance that the new computer-based examination will be accessible to students in every part of the country, regardless of location or access to technology. Head of the WAEC National Office, Amos Dangut, made the pledge in Abuja during a sensitization session organized for members of the National Assembly Committees on Education. The federal government has declared Friday, September 5, a public holiday to mark Eid al-Maulud, the birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. This was contained in a statement issued by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Magdalene Ajani, in Abuja. According to the statement, Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, extended warm greetings to Muslims in Nigeria and across the world. He urged the Muslim Ummah to emulate the Prophet's virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion, stressing that these values are crucial to building a united and progressive nation. The minister also called on Nigerians of all faiths to use the occasion to pray for the peace, security, and stability of the country while supporting government efforts towards national harmony and sustainable development. Now to foreign news. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has arrived in the Chinese capital, Beijing, along with his daughter Kim Ju-ae, to attend China's largest ever military parade. The Victory Day parade will see him rub shoulders with China's Xi Jinping, Russia's Vladimir Putin, and other world leaders. Xi is hosting the parade to mark the 80th anniversary of the formal surrender of the Japanese at the end of the World War II. The Chinese parade comes at a significant moment for Xi as he seeks to assert Beijing's economic and diplomatic might on the international stage. As United States President Donald Trump's tariffs destabilized the global trade order, China's President Xi Jinping endeavored to cast China as a stable trading partner. In our sport, former Kwara United coach Samson Unanel is hopeful that the Super Eagles will qualify for the 2026 World Cup if the team can overcome Rwanda on Saturday. The Super Eagles come into a vitally important two-game period sitting fourth in the Group C standings, having won just once in their 5 matches. Unanel stated that the team must first defeat Rwanda at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. He said qualifying for the 2026 World Cup is still an open race for all 4 teams in the group. And that is our news at noon. Just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Traditional Medicine Board, LSTMB, has commemorated the African Traditional Medicine Day at the Yoruba Tennis Club, Onikon, Lagos. Lawmakers in the National Assembly have cautioned the West African Examinations Council to tread carefully in its planned introduction of computer-based testing for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Also told you that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has arrived in the Chinese capital, Beijing, with his daughter Kim Ju-ae to attend China's largest ever military parade. And in sport, former Kwara United coach Samson Unanel is hopeful that the Super Eagles will qualify for the 2026 World Cup if the team can overcome Rwanda on Saturday. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Dele Agadumo. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.